Hey guys, my name is Caedmon and welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be going through a small assortment of products that just did not work for me. Real quick before I get started, if you could subscribe so that you can see any videos that I post in the future, and at the end of the video, if you ended up liking it, give it a like and comment why you liked it. Yeah. And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I will leave all my social media down below. So I'm going to start with a palette that I actually posted a video on earlier in the month, and that is this guy. This is the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. So my video that I posted was my first impressions. It was the day after I got this, and I said that it was a good palette, but that was based off of first impressions, and I made sure to say that in the video, that it was a first impressions video. After using it more, I feel like I'm very forgiving on things at first because I want to believe the best in something. I never want to say that something is just outright a bad product, and this isn't completely bad. My problem with this is that the mattes just are not great. They don't blend out very well, they're not highly pigmented at all, and the shimmers are just like less than stellar. And this is supposed to be scented like lemonade. This does not smell like lemonade at all. It doesn't smell like anything, which is fine, but the lemonade scent was supposed to add to the novelty of it. I feel like a lot of people were interested in this palette because of this shade here, which is called Lemonade Craze, but on the skin, it just doesn't, it blends into like nothing. And in that video, you can see that like I was having a really hard time building that color up so that it would be visible by any stretch of the imagination. The shimmers mostly feel like glitters. I'm gonna go take some of this shade here, Citrus, and show you. Like, it's a very sheer color. I don't know if you can see that on my phone, but it's very sheer. It's just like a wash of glitter. And trying to layer that up on the lid just does not work out for me. So for a drugstore palette, this was pretty expensive. It was $13.99, which, you know, isn't the most expensive. It's not the cheapest by any means. And I was just overall really disappointed in this because I have a few of the City Mini palettes by Maybelline. Like this one, this is the Makeup by Shayla one, which I broke, but this one performs fine. Like this one, I don't know if the formula is different between these. I'm too lazy to really do the research on it, but something is different between the matte and the metallic formula in the City Mini palettes and the Lemonade Craze. So I'm hoping that by the time the Grape Soda palette comes out, it's in the same layout as this, but different colors, and there's a purple in it and whatever. Hopefully that formula will be better, because I was not thrilled with this. The next product was in my haul that I recently posted from Ulta, and that is the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipstick in the shade Heroin. Heroin, not heroin. That's a drug. The reason why I didn't like this is because the color that is on the applicator washes out. It's like a sheer color. It's definitely not as opaque or the same color at all as it is on the packaging. And I would swatch it, but these are a bitch to take off. If you want something long wearing, the other colors of this might work out, but this one did not for me. Even over a lip liner, it wasn't the color on the packaging. It was not the same opacity, it wasn't the same color, and overall it just really disappointed me. The other one I've only worn once so far. That's doing fine. That one is more opaque, but I know that with bright shades, the formula is always different, and this one is just not cutting it for me. I also wanted to mention from my haul the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. I tried this just a couple times, but even on first impressions, I did not like this palette. So I talked about swatching it in store, that the formula was really soft and beautiful. On the eyes, that did not translate. The mattes were really hard for me to build up, and they blended away into nothing. And the shimmers on the eye were really nothing to write home about. Overall, I was really disappointed in this palette, and I wanted to like it, but it's not good. I can't recommend it, in my opinion. Like I said before, if you can get this stuff to work, that's good and fine. If I can't get it to work, I'm not going to keep it. Next are two products that I don't think these are bad products per se, but they didn't work for me for what I needed them to. So these are the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I have the orange corrector shade and the highlight shade. The orange corrector I used so that I could color correct my facial hair, like the beard shadow, so that it didn't show through my foundation. And it's not just this, it's any color corrector in general. I just can't get them to work. I can't get it to where it cancels out the blue cast of the beard shadow without showing through the foundation or it looking super heavy. I'm considering going on the, what the fuck is it called? The TV paint stick brand that drag queens use. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm considering trying that out. If I do, that's going to be my last resort. Otherwise, I'm going to say, fuck it, I don't care about the beard showing. It's a hassle for me. But that did not work out for what I needed it to. And then I bought the highlighter shade because I thought that this was a matte white, kind of like the Kat Von D whiteout, because I don't know where that is. But I bought this for the purpose of lightening my concealer, because most of my concealers are a little bit too dark for what I want them to be. I like them to be more of a highlighting shade, and they match my skin tone too closely, or they're a little bit too dark. So for that reason, this has actually some shimmer in it. It's a legit highlighter shade, which I wasn't expecting, and you can't see it very well, but it's a very subtle shimmer, but it has a white base. So not only would this not work as a highlighter for me, it doesn't work for lightening my concealer, which is what I bought it for, so that's going to be being returned as well. The next item has pros and cons. I really like, in general, how it makes my lashes look, and that it's long wearing and it doesn't flake or anything like that, but it's hard to take off and it's just too wet of a formula for me, and that's the Benefit Bad Gal Bang. I'm really in between on this because I like it, I like what it does, but the formula is just too wet. I have to scrape off so much product from the brush, otherwise it's just going to get everywhere, and even with taking product off of the brush, it still will transfer until it's dry. It'll transfer into my brow bone, and I don't like that, especially because I do my shadow, and I take a long time doing my shadow. I don't want to have to go back and take off mascara and redo my shadow. I wake up really late. I hit the snooze button like 12 times before I actually get my ass out of bed. I don't have time to go back and correct things. So for that purpose, it's not working for me, so this is out. And my last product, again, is not so much the product specifically, but the kind of product that it is in general, and that is colored holographic lip glosses. So this particular one is the NYX Duochromatic Shimmer Lip Gloss in the shade Crushing It. This one has kind of like a pinky violet shift to it. I can show you there, maybe, if it'll show up. But I just find that, you know, they don't work that well over a lipstick. It makes it kind of pick up and make it patchy. But they don't work so well on their own because it's counteracting with your natural lip color. And it's not working well. I find that, especially this one in particular, it'll bunch up around the edges of my lips and then leave the center bare. So then when I reapply it, it's just too thick and it's too heavy looking, and it doesn't quite look right. So I'm gonna be getting rid of my colored ones. I do have one from Huda Beauty that is pink with a gold shift, and that one looks fine on the lips. It's more neutral. But when it's a really strong color shift like this one is, it's really hard for me to figure out how to make it work. So those are going to be making their way out of my collection. So that was it for my shit list for July 2018. Again, if you like these products, that's good and fine, but they were not working for me, and I can't keep things that are not going to work for me. It's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, and it's a waste of patience for me to try to make them work when they are just not working. So let me know what you thought about this video. Did you try any of these products? Did they work for you? Did they not work for you? Let me know in the comments. If you like this video, please give it a like, and remember you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I will leave all of my social media down below. That's it for right now, and hopefully you guys will tune into the next video. Remember that you are clearly beautiful.